Hello and welcome to episode number 43 of Supercalifragilistic. My name is Christian Rauchenwald and today we are going to talk about support in your endeavors. Before we get to that, as always, I want to quickly welcome everybody who tunes in for the first time in my Supercalifragilistic series, blog slash podcast. I'm documenting my journey on building $1 million company from scratch, which is quite hard. Surprise, who would have thought, yeah. Progress reports are usually on Sunday. You can find the episodes if you look into the playlist, and they usually have a title that's called Report 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So if you're curious about how it's going, listen to this episode. And in between, I usually try to talk about something that may provide you with some value or help you on your journey, whatever that might be. So as said, today I want to talk about support in general. So I've done a lot of different business endeavors through my life. I even joined certain multi-level marketing companies. I think everybody in his life gets in touch with multi-level marketing sooner or later because it's just something that doesn't die. Yeah. Not saying that it's bad, actually the last multi-level marketing I worked in was really, really great, but I kind of almost got a burnout. That's why I then stopped. It was one of the few ones that it was in the financial area, and unlike most others where it's pick up your phone and call your friends and family, they provided, or they had a call center where you could book appointments. Yeah, so you basically did only training appointments with your friends and family. You hoped that you would sell something, but you pointed out that it's not the intention of it, and it actually was not the real intention. It was really to get the practice of what you're doing. And then you could just say, okay, I want 20 appointments next week in that and that area, postal code, and you would get, or not next week, but in 2 or 3 weeks from now. And then a week before that, or in the week before that, on Thursday or Friday, you would get an email with an Excel list with appointments, and usually you would get the number that you ordered. And all you would have to do is call and basically follow a script to confirm the appointment, and then enjoy them, yeah, which was really, really great because even if you sucked at getting recommendations from people, which wasn't a big issue if you knew how to phrase it, it was kind of you never ran out of potential. You didn't have to approach people on the street. But even though that was fun back then, I really enjoyed just making new connections and seeing how I can use them. If maybe they can become a member in my multi-level marketing, maybe they can become clients, whatever. But the point is, you didn't have to, yeah. And but also that's not the point of this video, of course. So the thing is, when you join a multi-level marketing and then you go tell your family because you're so hyped that this is now the thing that I'm gonna do and it's so amazing and you need to see it and actually you need to buy it. And especially if you join some companies that are already on the market for ages, chances are most of your family already know them. Yeah, Herbalife and stuff like that is known worldwide. Everybody knows it, yeah. So it's kind of then you're late to the party. You think oh, I found this great business opportunity. How come my family is not doing this? And then they're oh my God, now he's doing that, yeah. And it's really. I'm not saying that Herbalife is bad, yeah. In general, every multi-level marketing provides you with a business opportunity. Where you have you don't have to worry about the product, you don't have to worry about sales scripts, you don't have to worry about fulfillment or anything. Basically all you have to worry about is selling that stuff, and you decide how much you earn. The more effort you put in, the more consistent you are, the longer you do it, the more you will earn. Yeah, it's it simply is like that, yeah. In everything, yeah. And even if you set up your own company and you do something by your own, it's kind of it's the same thing applies. But now what does this have to do with support? The thing is, when you start something like this, at least in Austria and Germany, when you grow up, your parents basically tell you, go to school, get good grades and get a job at a big company, yeah. And it's when you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's also go to school, blah, 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 and so on, yeah. And while this may be the number one way for a lot of people, yeah, if you look at advertising on TV or on Instagram accounts, then you see that everything is suggesting you that you need and can have whatever, a Ferrari, a mansion, nice vacations all the time, first class flights for whatever, $20,000 or more, yeah. And so people thrive for more, people want more, yeah. Now there is a difference between people wanting more and people actually deserving more, in terms of they how to say that, like they're willing to put in the effort, yeah. So there's a huge difference. Today, actually, I had a short Facebook Live video in my Funnel Circle group. It's a free group, so make sure to join. Link is in the description and the first comment below. And I had Abdul Salam, one of my mentees, with me, and he's currently going through the One Funnel Away Challenge, something that I'm promoting over and over again because it's so amazing, yeah. And it was about like I just briefly introduced him, and the thing is like that most people, yeah. Most people come up with excuses. I do not have time, I do not have this, I do not have that, yeah. And then there's people like Abdul who are like currently in the Ukraine. He works as a personal trainer. I think last Sunday was the first Sunday in over a year that he had off. Other than that, he's working 7 days a week at the gym, yeah. And he's working there for like a horrible pay. So like paying $100 for a challenge was really a lot for him, yeah. But he's fully dedicated, yeah, to doing something, to changing his life, to learning more. And he actually, even without the challenge, because he's training me, I also use the time to like give him some advice. So I give him like a reading list with, you know, like which books like will like open his mind a little bit. And it already led to him like, actually that's the only reason why he still earns the same but has a Sunday off instead, because he learned to work smart instead of hard. Now, but there is, for example, I see I'm getting off track like again and again, but I'm sorry, it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, so please forgive me. And the point about support that I actually wanted to talk about is like when you then decide to join a multi-level marketing, to start your own company, because your whole environment tells you like, no, get a good job after you go, or actually go to school, get good grades, and then get a good job at a good company and stuff like that, and work there for 40 years and then retire and blah blah blah, and enjoy your 2 or 3 weeks vacation per year, or even 6 weeks vacation. It doesn't really matter how much, because you're never your own boss. And it's not in terms of like you are the boss, it's in terms about you're never free. You cannot just say fuck it, today I'm gonna take the day off, yeah, like unless you call in sick or you really work for an amazing boss who is like has a lot of understanding, yeah. Now, when you become your own boss, like you are really in control, and you would have the ability to take every day off that you want, yeah, especially if business is going well. But the point is, you also like then have the choice, you know, that if you don't take it off, you work for you, and the results you will benefit from, and not like you will still get the same paycheck and somebody else will reap the benefits, yeah. And usually it's then that your family doesn't support you, even your current friends, like when you go and you tell your friends like, I'm gonna build $1 million company, which is like kind of like a higher claim that I'm making here, yeah, but I'm gonna start my own company in general, all your friends or a lot of your friends will be like, yeah, I'm sure you will do it, and you already know they don't believe in you, they don't support you, you tell them like, okay, I'm doing this now, it needs a lot of time, I'm sorry, I won't have a lot of time for you. In the meantime, I hope you understand that, because I'm trying to build something for my future. And then they still call you like, dude, there's a party, or like, you know what, will you come over? Like, let's play PlayStation or stuff like that. So they still bother you more or less. Instead of supporting you, when you tell them, no, I won't come to the party because I still have to watch this video or finish this website or do this or that, yeah. And they don't understand it because they do not support you. And support is very important, because you will have these days where no matter how good your mindset already is, how focused you are, there will be those moments where you feel like nothing's working, you're not moving, you're putting in every effort, but it doesn't work for you. Even for me, yeah, like I consider myself like already very good in terms of positive thinking and like self-motivation as far as motivation goes, yeah. But even for me now, like we spent now, I think 9 weeks, 10 weeks, something around that, working on ClickFunnels and building a foundation. And I'm like, we're doing a million things. Like we are like, basically every day we're making like 10 to 20 new connections on LinkedIn and follow up on them in terms of like what we could do for them. And every day we like, I'm active on Facebook in groups for entrepreneurs and all that stuff, and affiliate marketing, all that stuff. And when it fits, we promote certain products from ClickFunnels, or I just help people like by providing answers to technical questions or other questions where I know the answer to. And some of them then check my profile and come to the free group. And in the free group, I'm providing trainings and all that stuff. And so like that, and that's just a fraction of what we do, like to actually see results. And when you then don't see results and you see other people who like promote like, let's say, morally questionable stuff, and you see they make money, or at least it seems or it appears like they make money, you start to get doubts, yeah. And if you do not have the right support system in place, yeah, if you would then go to your friends, they would tell you, yeah, I told you it's not worth to waste the time, it doesn't work. If it were so easy, everybody would do it. That's actually one of the sentences I hate the most, when people respond to me, if it were so easy, everybody would do it. Shit, it's not easy, yeah. Nothing worth having comes easy. The point is, it's worth doing. Like, if you have the choice working 40 years or working 4 years very hard, well, in my opinion, you have to be slightly stupid to like take the 40-year option, yeah, because it means you already know that your result will not be ending up as a millionaire, and it's not about the money, it's about the freedom that money brings you, yeah. Whereas with the 4-year working hard option, even if it means you work your 9 to 5 and then you work your 6 to 1, yeah, like your side business, and you build it, do that 4 years, and probably you can quit your 9 to 5, you become your own boss, you will earn at least the same, but you have the potential, it's up to you to earn more, and you can build something, yeah. And like, it's a no-brainer deal to take, yeah. But when you don't have the support system, then in those moments where you have doubts, you will break down, like, most likely, because it's not like, I'm just gonna not do it today, I already did so much, it doesn't work anyway, so what does it matter if I do it tomorrow, blah blah blah, and so on, yeah. And that's why it's very important, like, if you join this entrepreneurial journey, or even if you're interested in, like, or thinking about doing it, that you have the right support system in place. It doesn't mean to get rid of your friends, but it does mean that you also, like, surround yourself with people that are where you already want to go, or that are like your heroes, that are, maybe they don't have the success, maybe they are like me, and they're just, you see them putting in the hard work, and even though they're maybe a week without results or 2 weeks without result, they don't give up. Like, they keep you motivated, because you see, well, if they keep fighting, I'm also not gonna give up. For me, it's kind of like when I do sports or something, yeah, and I do some exercise with somebody at the same time, or it doesn't matter what it is, and maybe I'm already exhausted and I want to give up, or I'm like, so if I would do it alone, I would be like, oh my god, no, it's enough, I'm like, my muscles can't do it anymore. But because there are other people there, I'm like, no, but if I look at that guy, I'm for sure better than that guy, and he's still walking, he's still doing, yeah, so I'm gonna keep going. Actually, like, there was, when I was in the military, it was like, one day we left our what's it called, like, let's say barracks, yeah, to go for marching, yeah, at like 9 in the morning, and we returned at 11 p.m. and in between there were exercises and walking. I have no idea how many kilometers we walked that day, and I don't know, like, around slightly after lunch, after a short lunch break, yeah, in the snow, I basically couldn't feel my legs anymore. It was just, I switched to become a zombie, yeah. Like, I saw other people who were in way better shape than me give up and, like, let them, being driven back by car. But I figured there were still some people that were like I considered them they're in worse shape. Maybe they had more kilos, maybe whatever. I just for some reason thought I'm physically better than this person, and this person is still walking. So I even like, as we were walking, even though I couldn't feel my feet anymore, because it's like, you are like in the army, you are like in a team. So I saw like one of the guys really like had trouble. So I took his gun and carried it with me. And it's also, I don't know, I think an additional 4 kilos or something like that. Yeah. I didn't carry it all the time, but then other people and I, like, we switched, like, for those people who couldn't. And in the end, like, I had blisters on my feet and everything, but I did not give up. And like 11:30 p.m. we walked back into the barracks, and I felt like that, but I succeeded. And why did I succeed? Because I had a support system. Like, I saw those, they did not talk or motivate me. I just saw they did it, yeah, so I can too. And when you start your business endeavors, you also need a support system, which would be, for example, my free Facebook group. It's people that want to walk the walk. They want to go that way. They want to build something, yeah. And there are some people who already are doing it, yeah, like who already built that way, who already have some success. And that's the people you need to surround yourself with. Like, I don't know who said it initially, but there's also a saying that goes like, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, yeah. So if you keep spending the most time with your friends, your current friends, there's nothing wrong with having them, they still will be your friends, but if you keep like spending the most time with them, yeah, they will influence you. Their thoughts about your ideas will be like, yeah, actually I shouldn't do it, actually this, actually that, yeah. But if you start spending the most time, even if it's virtual time, like with Facebook chats, Skype calls and stuff like that, with people who are walking the same road as you, you don't want to be the one that gives up. When you see other people like Abdul, for example, who is in a third world country, who doesn't speak fluent English, and who really like doesn't have a lot of time, and you see he doesn't give up and he moves, yeah, then you probably don't want to be the one who's like maybe in a first world country who has like only to work Monday to Friday and actually only works 40 hours per week, yeah. And then you don't want to be the one that then says like, yeah, I don't have the time for it, or poo, yeah, it's like the $100 or this or that, yeah. So this will keep you going, yeah? And it's really important to have this support system in place in good times too. So when you like, you know, like if you like, so your friends will be like, yeah, you go ahead and do it. And now let's say you succeed and somehow you manage to earn $1,000 a day. It doesn't matter what your product is, but you manage to earn $1,000 a day. Now, if you would tell that to your friends, some of them, like again, friends under quotes, some of them will be like, why do you have to show off? Yeah. But some of them will tell you, oh, for you it's been so easy, yeah, or for you it was easy because of this or that or blah blah blah, because they do not consider all the late nights, like today, like again it's 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm recording this video, yeah, and they do not consider that, they do not think of that, they just want to make excuses to like feel better themselves instead of actually showing you, I wouldn't say respect, but you know, like being happy for you that you succeeded, that you mastered it, yeah. Now, if you are in like groups like my group or other groups that are about led by entrepreneurs and not by spammers that try to like just sell you stuff all the time, then you will have a support group that when you post your results, yes, when I see the results of somebody else who made like, I don't know, $30,000 in 2 months, yes, there is like, I feel like, oh my God, that guy is great. Oh my God, for sure he did something right, especially if I know that he reached it by promoting stuff like morally right and ethically, yeah. But there's also always like a small feeling of like envy, like how can he have that result and I have nothing at the moment, yeah. But overall, I'm still more the happiness for this person to have the success outweighs like the small feeling of envy that just shows up briefly, yeah. And it also motivates me because I see that this person did it, so I can too, yeah. Maybe they're better in one area, but then I'm maybe better in this other area. So like it's really important to have the right support system. Now I'm gonna end this video here because it's anyway getting too long again, and I also should go to bed and blah blah blah. But just before I go, the question to you, I'm gonna like throw the ball or pass the ball to you. Are you currently on a journey to like change your life in any way? It could even be a fitness challenge that you say you want to lose 20 kilos, yeah? And do you have the right support system in place? And also, in the past, did you participate on a journey? Maybe you joined the multi-level marketing, and then after a couple of weeks you gave up because nobody in your family showed you support or something, yeah? And did you give up because lack of support, for example? So leave that in the comments below. Make sure to join my free Facebook group. Link should be in the video description as well as in the first comment below the video. If you're listening to this as a podcast, then it's in the episode's description, so you cannot miss it. And make sure to think about like how you want to spend the next 40 years, like working hard for yourself for a couple of years or working 40 hours per week for somebody else, yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever, and talk to you tomorrow with episode number 44. Or is this 44? Yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. Bye bye, have a good night, whatever. So see you.